in here is fine, but you're going to be a bit dim. Now, screen seems to be a little bit jumpy, but I'll see what it looks like over here. If it is, too bad I might have to switch devices. Now, can I have my screen back? Thank you. Since it's almost 6 in the morning on a Sunday, it will take a bit for people to get in here. For I did not plan on going live, so we will wait on some people for a minute before I get to ranting. And when General Awareness watches on the replay, he's just going to have to watch it at 2 times speed, or he's just going to have to deal with the delay. Yep, just saying. Hello, great. I hope you're well this morning. Well, this sucks. Every time my screen flips, it takes me off all messages and puts me to top chat. So if I miss anything, please, forgive me, because they've changed the interface. Summer's knocking you guys over. I've got you propped up, and Summer is sitting right behind you washing. And she keeps flipping positions. So don't be surprised if you look at the ceiling, or if she knocks it over, or if all of a sudden I get really, really cockeyed. Because for about 3 minutes before this live, I tried to set this up perfectly. And every time I do, she basically, with her butt, she kicks it in the other direction. Hello, Jennifer. Now, it's kind of a bad morning, and I thought about not doing this live, but I thought, no. I went through it with my ego states, and one of them said, no, you have to do this live, and I kind of agree with it. Now, I had to change devices, so you have to give me just a second, because I intended on doing this another way. But it'll be better this way. Like I say, I've been up for about an hour and a half. But, I'm now here, everyone has heard me say I don't do petty. And there's many reasons why she's knocking over. Summer, honey, there you go with the ceiling. Just a minute, everybody. I'm going to have to get a better prop for this, to where my Summer's not going to be so in the frickin' way. Okay. Just a minute, everyone. My apologies. My cat is a pain in my butt. Summer, sweetie. Just a moment, everyone. Well, I need something heavier, because what I've got over here is apparently too light, and Summer keeps hitting it and knocking everything. Okay, my apologies. This is what I needed to have done beforehand, but you still may get knocked over, because my little friends are here. Now, here's the little Richella friend. She just woke up. She's been laying on top of me. She evidently had some cheese, because she just let a cheese fart. Didn't you, honey? You woke up and you had a cheese fart. Yes, I had a cheese fart. Now, I did let the kitties have the rest of my food yesterday, and evidently she got it, because I smell cheese fart. Well, WB, it's not actually a good morning, and that's kind of why we're here. Because before Summer got in the way, I was about to give the news, and it's not good news. 3 hours ago, so less than 4 hours ago, and it's 6 a.m. here now, so Nicolina will have posted this in between 2 and 3 a.m., saying, please keep Izzy Pops in your thoughts and prayers. She ended her life tonight not feeling well. She has been admitted to the hospital with a stroke. And like I said, there was 18 comments, and we may get to them a little bit later. But, you know, this is the basis on why we are here at 6 a.m. on a Sunday. Because I did not want to be here at 6 a.m. on a Sunday. I had different plans for my 6 a.m. on a Sunday. One of them was going back to bed for a couple hours. But after I found that out, there was no way I was going back to bed. And then for the last hour and a half, I sat here and thought about it all. So, you know, I've been sitting here thinking about Izzy Pop. You know, the typical thing that a concerned friend does. And I did that for about an hour and 15 minutes. And then for the 15 minutes after that, I thought about Benny Keys and rap. And how they had a campaign of attacking Izzy Pop. And how for fucking Benny Keys, rap turned on everyone. And to create this wedge, he for weeks harassed this woman. And now she's in the hospital with a stroke. And it being Sunday, if there is a God, rap is going to hell. So I guess rap had better hope that there is no afterlife, because if there is, that little punk is going to hell. Well, stop the BS, suck my dick. I mean, if little Matty was here, I'd wipe the floor with him. And if he's ever in my presence, I will wipe the floor with him. He harassed this old woman, and now she has had a fucking stroke. This shows what a little fucking monster he is. And I am done tolerating it. Just saying. So stop the BS. You're not blocked here. There ain't no fucking mods here. And I ain't used my fucking finger yet. Oh, really? I mean, Rap's girlfriend's gonna get sick of him. Yes, because he's gonna be a threat to her children. Because the repercussions when all the other mean girls tomorrow disseminate all of this, and they have his address. Yes, I know. They'll end up landlords involved. Because once again, the mean girls will involve landlords. They'll involve the cops. And they will basically harass little Maddie until she tosses him to the wolves. And then he'll have to get a job. And that's the reality of it. I'm not doing anything. I haven't done anything. I've just been sitting here and doing my YouTube content, bitches. So is this all you have to say? I mean, because the fact of the matter is, tomorrow is a new day for general awareness. You know, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Well, there's a whole lot of women that are going to take their grief, and then it's going to turn to anger. And then it's going to come right down on his Rudy Poo candy ass. With me not involved in it at all. And I am going to sit here and do content as they destroy this little asshole. Yes. And then I'll put up a Cash App. Just for fun. For entertainment purposes only. No. He harassed her. He stalked her on the internet, going from chat to chat, trying to cause fights and wedges for Benny fucking Keys. And if I'm ever in the presence of Benny fucking Keys, I'm going to take his head and wipe it on the ground too. Now, Jimbo, he will get far worse than just the face and the gravel treatment. So, I mean, and for this whole year, any motherfucker that wants to meet me in Mount Vernon at an appointed time at an appointed place that I agree to, they can get an ass whipping. This is the put up or shut up year, 2023. Any of you internet bitches want a piece of me? I am open for business 24/7. Well, yeah, Yatesman, I mean, and general awareness has harassed this woman until she had a stroke. She is not that old. She may have an older sounding voice. But yes, Benny Keys got butthurt because Izzy Pop turned on. And then has been after her ever since. And he wormed his way into rap thinking, we're going to be true crime buddies. And as soon as everything was destroyed for rap doing true crime, Benny Keys is out the door. He won't even act like he knows him. Which is what Benny Keys wanted all along. Well, stop the BS. You can suck my BS. I mean, war is war. Once again, rap has harassed this old woman until she had a stroke. Now, he's less than a man. He doesn't take care of his kids. At 29 years old, I could not fucking imagine living with your girlfriend and her supporting you and you just getting bigsies off of YouTube. I mean, no one has ever supported me. As a child, most of the time, I fed myself. I mean, growing up, my parents were just a roof over my head and clean clothes. And old Rappy Doodle is a 29-year-old man that's never had anything but a fucking food service job. I mean, when I was 29, let me see, that would have been, it would have been the next year, I got my CDL license. So, when I was Rap's age, I was studying to take the commercial driver's license test. And I was working on the farm about 9 months a year, and I had about 3 months off. You can lie about me all you want. I didn't make any call. Rap made up this bullshit so he could get but Valentine's Day money for him and his whore. Because what's he gonna do? Smoky Mountain Mama, give me money so I can buy you flowers? No, he generated this whole thing and hid offline so he could make him some Valentine's cash. Because he can't actually have a channel and do anything unless he creates fake drama to make a little island to make $1. Oh, poor baby, stop the BS. I mean, I have fought big time YouTube. I mean, I typically, I take on mega fucking channels. I'm slumming on this end of YouTube. On my other channel, I tended to take on people with subscriber buttons. There's a thing amongst the professional YouTubers. You don't strike down. You always strike up. That is one of the unwritten YouTube rules. Now you see, Benny Keys and Rap and all them, they strike down all the time. When Mama T was on the other side, I didn't say one word, did I? I didn't say one word about the liberators, did I? Because you do not strike down in YouTube as a creator. And that's something that is basically what separates the men from the boys in YouTube. You know, I obey the unwritten rules, and the larger creators really respect me for it. Hello, YouTube schizophrenic. Well, stop the BS. I mean, prove to us a vile crap. Now, once again, I have shown vile crap. You know, everyone here has seen how Rap has treated Izzy. And right now, she's had a stroke and's in the hospital. And the little prick, if there's a God, he's going to hell. And he's going to be really in trouble because he will find me already in hell there waiting for him. Because I am towards the end of my lifespan. So if there is a God, he is in serious trouble because he will be stuck with me in hell. And once again, you know, when I get to hell, they're going to give me a job. You know, I am definitely a cut above. So, you know, once again, when I get to the infernal pit, they will employ me. Well, yes, that was tonight. I got up about 4 a.m. and I found out about it then. And before you got in here, I'd said I'd thought about it for about an hour and a half. And then I got kind of testy. And then, like I say, Rap and them have been harassing her for some time. And she's not that old. She's not at the age she should be having a stroke. Two will be behind bars soon enough. Well, we'll worry about that on the philosophy stream, WB. But, you know, I am fine that if there is a hell, that I am going there. I'm good with that. Now, once again, why will I be behind bars? Because, you see, supposedly my ex-girlfriend was sending a restraining order. Well, there's been no restraining order. And supposedly they were calling the police on me, and there's been no police here. No, there's been no police here at all. Matter of fact, absolutely none. And in fact, because of the way that I have my own private road. You see, Roger has his own private road. Now, because of the fact that I can track, I know no one has come down this private road of mine. So I know there's not even been a vehicle here that I don't know about when I've been gone. So how am I going to jail when, one, I've not done anything wrong, and two, people keep threatening that they're going to do this and that. And you know what? The cops are never coming. Because I covered Amberlynn Reed. She has over 200 fucking thousand subscribers. And she has babies. And you know what they did? They called, in my first years on YouTube, they called the police on me thousands of times. Thousands. Thousands. Get that fucking number through your little tiny fucking viewer head. Thousands. And you know what the police do? Nothing. They hang the fuck up off them, and they never, ever, 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 never once, ever have come out here. Well, no chaos and roses. If she kicked him out, I will kiss her damn ass. And I will say that she is a person of morals. And in fact, if she kicks him out over this, I will give her a full apology. You know, I'm a straight up guy. And I'm also not one big for apologizing. You know, I am big on making peace. But, you know, I'm not big on apologizing. I am big on letting bygones be bygones. But, yeah, if she was to kick him out, I would definitely make a complete apology video. Because, once again, I know I'm not the problem. It's like with Rich Life. He had his problem before he met me. Now, I don't cover him now, and he still has the same problems before he met me. Now, when I covered him, everyone said, "You're the problem. You're the problem. You're the problem." Well, I'm not the problem. And I've shown over and over in every community that I am not the problem. I'm the solution. And that's the way it is. Well, Chaos and Roses, I hope that it's not a rumor. I hope not. Because, you know, once again, if she was to, oh yeah, I mean, I would be more than happy to make a full, honest apology, because she would have shown herself a person of moral character. And in that case, then I would assume that she would have had to have been duped, because she will have shown moral character. But at this point, I don't believe she's got any moral character in her. Now, I hope I'm wrong. You know, I don't always have to be right. This is a case to where I hope I'm wrong. I don't believe she has any moral character. Honestly. Now, once again, I hope I'm wrong. So yeah, we can hope on that, but I don't think she is. But if she has, I mean, I will apologize, and I will even apologize for, you know, me doubting her now when I first heard about it. Just saying. But I know Rap has no integrity. I mean, he's a human rat, and that's all he is, and that's all he will ever be. Well, yeah, Chaos and Roses, like I say, I hope that rumor's true. Excuse me. And like I said, if so, you know, I would definitely make an apology video. You know, there's been like 3 times in my YouTube career that I've been willing to do the apology video thing. And, well, no, I take it 2 times. This would be the 3rd. Yes, if this is true, this would be the 3rd time that in my YouTube career in 5 years, I have been willing to do an apology video. But we can hope. But yes, I mean, well, where's our hater? I mean, they didn't even block the hater. Oh, bye, Roger. Oh, the Cuntalina group will be gone soon enough. I wouldn't hold your dick on it. Put it that way, bitch. No, I wouldn't. Yes, I would not hold your breath on it. I mean, for example, the YouTube schizophrenic and I, we're not going anywhere. I mean, we will probably outlast this platform. Just say it. So, you know, once again, the bad actors will always have to deal with us. And we're a lot smarter than fun. Now, once again, both me or the YouTube schizophrenic, we're much better trolls than Rap every day. But the thing is we don't have to go out there and say it because we know it. Now, we don't always troll. You know, once again, we will always do the right thing over the trolling. But now I do have to admit that I had my condition was bothering me, so I didn't get to do my last night upload. So I'm going to do here in a bit. Now, Leah TV helped me on that upload because, you know, now YouTube schizophrenic. You remember when Leah TV was talking about, quote, secondhand rape? They actually gave it a stupid name now. Image-based sexual abuse. And Eliza Blue is trying to take that and pervert it into something for her own gain. And I'm going to make a video on it. But yes, you remember where Leah was talking about always secondhand rape. Now it's image-based sexual abuse. And for people that don't understand, that means if you look at someone else's image and you pleasure yourself, supposedly you're abusing them. And that's what image-based sexual abuse is supposed to be. But yes, I mean, so I just want to hear what Mr. Rappy Doodle has to say for himself. Well, yes, YTS, I mean, it does seem to be the case. I mean, she came up with the terms and the concepts and championed it, and now it has a bullshit acronym. And because nobody understands what is going on here, you know, Eliza Blue's trying to use it as a smokescreen to cover her current bullshit. And I'm going to make a video basically pointing it out on exactly what this is supposed to mean and what she's trying to pervert it into. And it's going to make her look really bad, and I may get struck over it. Because Eliza Blue is friends with Susan herself. So, and once again, my video is going to make her look really bad. And I do have a feeling that Eliza Blue, because she found Adonis, is going to make sure to find any video about her. So if I end up mysteriously struck for a week, it is probably not our typical culprits. It will be the Twitter psycho who is friends with Elon Musk and the great Susan of YouTube. Well, Lisa Bradley, that's basically what Eliza Blue was. And then she wants to claim that she's an abuse victim. Now, I'm not going to bring that part to my video because that's the kind of stuff that people were talking about, and she was getting Susan to annihilate them over. I mean, completely abusing the system. But this is what she's trying to do, is silence people. Well, as everyone here knows, I'm not intimidated. Just saying. So I do want to put that out there, that if all of a sudden I magically can't upload on this channel for a week, Eliza Blue done it. Not Rap, not any of the other characters that would want to claim credit for it. It will be my next video that will get me struck. And it will be a false strike too. But I put it this way, I think about 50 to 60% chance that that video will come down and or I will get a strike for it. Well, yes, YTS. But yes, so, you know, well, I wanted to put that out there because, you know, I'm bitching about Rat now. And then if I end up struck, you know, everyone's going to automatically assume him. No, if I get struck, it's going to be Eliza Blue. Guarantee. Because this is going to make her look really bad and make her look foolish. And as you know, elite people do not like to look bad and look foolish. No. So that's why I do expect blowback for this. So, but, you know, once again, I'm going to do it anyway. And there is the possibility because, you know, it's like Amber Lynn. You know, a couple of times I nuked Amber Lynn and it went viral. And it's like Omegon Part 3 with Amber Lynn Reed. You know, that thing that he did, I'm in it. And he took one of my meltdowns on her that was really good, and he put into that video. So there's a chance that what I'm going to do is going to get more widely seen because, once again, people like Omegon, when I say cunty words, they really like it. And that's also another reason why I think that, you know what? I'm probably going to get struck for this. And if so, I don't care. Because I can just simply change the name of the Verily Veronica channel tomorrow. And it can be a Roger Brown channel if I want it. Roger Brown hates Susan. Maybe something like that. But yeah, so like I said, want to put that out there now. If I get struck, it's not going to be anyone that you expect. It's going to be Psycho Blue. Oh yeah, I can go live on Verily Veronica. I can go live on Thanatos Magus. And I can go live on the Grimgolf channel. So I have 4 channels that I can go live on. Now, my health is getting better, so I will be on YouTube more, but this week's going to be really nice, so I'm going to be working. She's like, let me cuddle back up and go to sleep. She don't want to be displayed. She's in cuddle mode. Aren't you, honey? She's in cuddle mode. But yes, well, once again, now where's that one idiot at? Excuse me. One moment. Now, Stop the BS was no doubt Lori. Actually, WB, Philip was here for some time. Yes, Philip was subscribing to this channel. And Philip was watching the stuff that we were talking about Rosie Wren. On a channel called Playmate Tessie Hater. With a little purple P icon. How do I know this? Because I had a comment on one of my old Philip Greenwald videos on this channel. And they wanted to argue the same bullshit with me. And when they started this, I'm like, okay. I asked them, I forgot, we were arguing about people, and I said, were they North Korean? And that's all it took. And then this Playmate Tessie Hater account had a fucking meltdown. Write and type. All I typed was, are they North Korean? And then, I got a big thing of text. And then I typed, Philip, is that you? And nothing more. And I lost a subscriber. I lost one subscriber that day. So yes, we have had, within the last 3 weeks, a Philip sighting. So he's on sock accounts, stalking Rosie Wren. So I guarantee that if you go into Rosie Wren's chat, he's lurking in there somewhere. He might not be talking, but he's lurking in there somewhere. But yes, I mean, I'd mentioned that on another live, but you weren't here. I think that was on one of my middle of the night ones that I privated. So that's the second time I told that story, but yes, we have had a Philip sighting. I almost called Papa Greenie. I did. I mean, I ain't told him yet. But, I almost went to Papa Greenie and said, Papa Greenie, I found him. But like I say, when I asked, Philip, is that you? And, I put it like we used to spell it, Philip, is that you? I mean, ghosted. After that, not a word. So yeah, if you see Papa, you can tell him I had a Philip sighting. If I thought that we could get contact out of Philip, I would have run and grabbed Papa. But, with him not answering at all, I'm like, well, there's no use in me bothering him or wasting his time. Because if Philip would have bid on it, it probably would have been worth me going to go get Papa. But, I don't need my Papa because, there's not really much Papa can do. Well, every now and then he'll pop in and leave a comment, and every now and then I'll pop in over his place and leave a comment. It's just my life has gotten really busy because I would like to hang out more over there. Now, I'm going to start covering Trishalicious again in the middle of the night because as the days get longer, I stay up later, and as you know, Trishalicious is a middle of the night creature when she streams, and she's got her kid back. And when she lost her kid, that's when I stopped streaming her because I was worried about the kid. Because she uses the kid for YouTube. And she uses the kid for donations. And she beats the hell out of the kid. Now, WB, I think her channel got terminated. I believe so. The whole drug thing. And all she was doing was smoking weed. But I think there were people reporting the hell out of her. And because of people have tried that with me, I've gotten the YouTube things, saying that they limited my content. Because see what they're trying to do is they're trying to get this channel struck. But, I'm in good standing. So when they try to do that, I might get my content restricted. And that's how I know what they were trying to do. And that's how I can say that Stoner Baby basically had her channel mass flagged. Now, I don't know by who. I don't know who did it. No idea at all. I don't even have a suspect. But I bet if someone could talk to her, I bet she would know. And that's why I usually stream in portrait. So I can just kind of lean off to the side of it because, my condition's been okay. But, I do have bad times. Like in this last week or so. And I have to smoke pot. It's like right now I'm maintaining my condition to where I'm not going to have a seizure. And I don't sit down and toke out. But, I do have a pipe sitting right here that I just hit every now and then. Well, YouTube schizophrenic, it just comes flat out down to trolls. Now, a lot of them are IP2 trolls. And once again, this is where... Now, once again, I had thought that most of Rosie's problem was IP2, but it turned out to be White Tupac from the Boit. Is most of Rosie Wren's problem. And they've been laying kind of low lately. And I have my YouTube hammer over here. And if he raises his YouTube head, I am going to whack a mole. Well, yeah, YTS. I mean, now, once again, I don't false report. And many times, a lot of times, my reports do lead to takedowns. But I don't false report. Nope, I do not false report. But, it's like Cotton Eye Darren. I mean, it was pretty fucking easy for me to knock down old Cotton Eye Darren. And I got a bunch of other people's shit knocked down too. I mean, I did, once again, I didn't come out and brag about it, but there was like a week and a half that every day to every other day, something was getting taken down. And it was because they went way over their terms of service in attacking me. Well, yeah, I mean, it is, but once again, there are some IP2 trolls out there, but when I was investigating on who was the perpetrators, IP2 was my number one suspect, but it turned out it came from my side of YouTube in the Boit. Now, once again, the Boit has its own factions, and they were from what I consider on the other side of the Boit that I would never patronize. Like G Mango's side of the Boit, I don't patronize over there, ever. Not once do I ever go there. And I know they've always wanted me on their panels and other shit, and I never would go. And CJ Real Stream News, for years, badgered me, come on my panel, come on my panel. Never once did I ever go on his panel. Yep, just saying. Now, rap is new to this YouTube thing, and the thing is, his channel will get demonetized. It's only a matter of time, because he does not have ad-friendly content. Now, excuse me, this channel, it's not ad-friendly content. How do I know this? You don't see any ads on this channel. Now, if you go to the Verily Veronica channel, which I don't even have 1,000 subscribers on, you will find on certain videos there are ads. Now, this has been some weeks ago, but I went to the Grimgoth channel. It's only got like 172 subscribers. I had an ad, to watch my own video. So YouTube has now, by doing that, YouTube has told me they like the Verily Veronica channel. They like the Grimgoth channel. They do not like the Roger Brown Reacts channel. You see where I'm going with this. Where YouTube likes Verily Veronica, YouTube likes Grimgoth. YouTube does not like Roger. But you see the similarities in the content. So, once again, YouTube is not going to like general awareness. Nope. So, his monetization will eventually be gone. Now, with the mean girls reporting him constantly, yeah, he'll probably get demonetized. The question is when. Hello, escaping the void. But yes, now, once again, when he gets demonetized, his only YouTube money is going to be stupid little islands. Well, some of it is YouTube schizophrenic. But also, what are you doing, honey? Calling at the door? But some of it is the type of content. Like on Verily Veronica, she didn't use profanity in her commentaries, but none of her commentaries get ads. None of them. But things like her hauls, anything that is non-commentary related on Verily Veronica channel can end up making you have to see an ad. So they do not like commentary. They do not like the stuff that we do here in the drama side of YouTube. They do not like it. It is not their friend. But they have a term of advertiser-friendly content. And that's how they look at this. So I am not advertiser-friendly content. General awareness is not advertiser-friendly content. It doesn't mean that you can't get monetized. It doesn't mean you can't get promoted some on YouTube, but you're not going to get the A-list treatment, and your ads are going to be severely restricted. Now, WB, I didn't want to say that, but yeah, you are right. Once again, because of terms of service and arrogance, I can't really say that, but WB here in the chat is absolutely positively correct. Well, they will monetize anyone, but it's not what they consider advertiser-friendly content. Now, if you're not advertiser-friendly content, you get limited ads. Now, once again, YouTube is about growth. And what's general awareness going to do? Complain about Nicolina for the next 5 years? Oh, that Nicoliner! I mean, he's 29. What are you going to do? Are you going to be 33 in 4 years and still be talking about that Nicoliner? Now, Jimbo will. Let me tell you that right now. Jimbo's never going away until he goes to jail. Because Jimbo's a grifter. And Jimbo will be here every night to grift whatever he can. Now, why isn't general awareness being a content creator and growing his channel? Why not? I can tell you why. He's playing video games. And this is why they faked all of that bullshit with FizzCrank, was so he could get him Valentine's money, and putting someone on an island bought him a bunch of video games. And that's why general awareness is not really a YouTuber anymore. He's playing with his woman and playing with his joystick. I mean, his handheld controller. Dude, will you stop scratching at the door? There's a cat in here I didn't even want in here, and I've tried to get it out 3 times. It's Rachella's father, and he keeps clawing at the door, but if I get up, he runs under the table. And it's cold enough to where I have to have that door closed. Well, yeah, YouTube's schizophrenic, and he's not going to. See, once again, he's an arrogant little prick. And all he wants to do, because as soon as he got that new game system, remember during his lives, he was just playing video, and he was over there playing his video game. And wasn't even paying attention to you. Now, that told me a lot about his character. He made a live and is playing video, and rather than giving commentary, he's sitting there with his controller playing his video game. And that's the moment that I knew that his game system was going to be more important than his YouTube, which makes him the money. And that's also the point that I knew that he was going to fake drama so he could get some quick money. And I've known this for quite some time just by him not doing any true crime. Well, hello, Carrie. Well, the thing is, YouTube schizophrenic. Duke Pharaoh does that. And he gets like 4 people in his chat. And he doesn't get any money. Where Rap gets money is playing the victim. We've been aggrieved. Give us money. And all he is a little greedy prick. And once again, I always took care of myself because I never wanted to be dependent on another human being. And that's where I hate my disability. And In reality, rather than disability, I probably should have just went and sold drugs. Honestly, my life would be a whole lot better had I just went back into a life of crime. But I didn't. You know, we all make mistakes in life. And, well, we won't dwell on that. You know, but the thing is what we're going to do in the future. Now, myself, I'm working on the farm to grow food. I'm advancing myself. If the world ends tomorrow, I will be fine because there won't be any laws to stop me from hunting. You know, if you take away society, I can hunt all I want. So, you know, if everything ends, I will be in a lot better shape than everyone else. Just a minute, everyone. I'm going to try to get this cat out of here because it's tearing my... Excuse me, Richella. I'm going to try to get your damn father out of here. Just a moment. Excuse me. There he's run under the table again. Please, God, go out this door. Okay, good. He's went out the door. But yeah, he's just going to sit there and literally tear my door to pieces. I don't want that cat in my house. I try not to have that cat in my house. But it sneaks in here. And, Richella, you're on the fucking thing. I hope she didn't block anybody. I don't see anyone blocked. WB's messages are retracted. So he did that. Okay, make sure he ain't blocked just in case. Because, yes, my little kitty here is a pain in my ass. Well, that was her daddy. Yes, that was her daddy. And her daddy likes to come in here and sit with her. He won't sit close to her, but for some reason, he'll like to sit around Summer and the babies. And he's always done this. You know, there's been times that I've woke up and him had been in bed with me. Now, this is something else that's happened a lot in this last year. I'll wake up and there'll be cats that aren't even mine in my bed with me. You know, it's kind of like waking up and finding there's a stranger in your bed. You know, I've been thinking that, you know, this is like one of my boys, and then wake up in the morning and find out that it's frickin' Cellaborn or one of the other wildcats out there. Now, does anybody got any questions? Because, you know, for those people that coming in, Izzy Pop had a stroke tonight. And this is why we're down on rap at the moment. Because he harassed this old woman and she had a stroke. Now, if there is a God, he's going to hell. And I'll laugh. Hello, Grubby. But yes, I mean, Benny Keys thought it was funny. And Rap thought it was funny to harass Izzy Pop. And once again, stress is a big cause of strokes. And she's been harassed endlessly ever since she stopped being a mod for Benny Keys. Now, once again, one of the, probably Lori from the Syntax, but come in here, we're going to get ours and nothing's going to happen to Rap. Now, this happened in the middle of the night. In between 2 and 3 a.m. my time, Nicolina put up the post saying Izzy Pop had a stroke. Now, when this gets disseminated tomorrow amongst the Mean Girls, they're going to put a target right on Rap's forehead, and that target's going to deserve to be there. And I'm going to laugh and cover it as they make his life a living hell. Because one of my abilities is to see around the corner at what's coming. So, you know, seeing around the corner, there's going to be a bunch of angry women that are going to headhunt that little bitch. Yes, in between 4 and 5 hours ago, so in between 2 and 3, Nicolina posted, "Please keep Izzy Pops in your thoughts and prayers. She ended her live tonight not feeling well. She was admitted to the hospital with a stroke." So, yeah. And once again, the troll that came in acted like I'm going to do nothing. Huh, I'm getting popcorn. I'm stating the fucking facts. And as they make a fool out of him and destroy his life entirely, I'm going to make videos about it. Now, once again, for fun and entertainment purposes only, I'll put up a Cash App when I do those videos. Yes, I'm only going to put my Cash App in certain videos for entertainment purposes only. But yes, as the Mean Girls annihilate genital awareness, they're going to kick him right into genital awareness. Let's put it that way. And I'm going to be there to cover it. And I'm going to say, ow, that's gotta hurt. Well, yeah, me too, Chaos and Roses. I got up at 4 a.m. at my time. It's almost 7 now, and that was the first thing that I saw. And for about an hour and a half, I had thoughts and prayers for Izzy. And then about 15 minutes after that, I remember what Benny Keys did and rap to her. And then I thought, well, you know what? Why don't we just go live and talk about this? And then once again, I knew people would say, "You're threatening rap." And as I say here, no, I'm getting popcorn. Now, if I ever see the little prick, I'll wipe the floor with him. I ever see Benny Keys, I'll wipe the floor with him. And if I see Jimbo, he is going to be wishing I just wiped the floor with him. Because I'm going to wipe the walls, the floor, all 4 walls, the ceiling, the floor, and I may even drag him down the fucking hall. Just saying. Hello, Rosie. But, that's been the sad news overnight. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any updates. Now, I do figure that Nicolina will give us updates during the day, as they become available. And if she can compose herself, I wouldn't doubt if she's going to be live later. I've not traded any comments with her, but from the look of where her post was, she had posted for about 2 hours when I had got up. So I'm guessing that she went to sleep. Because I had thought about messaging her, but since she had posted that and it was 2 hours and there was nothing else from her, I figured that she probably cried herself to sleep. So I didn't want to send a message and bother her. But I do figure that when she gets up, and if she can compose herself, that she will probably have words to say. And that's one of the reasons why I thought I would go live now. Because I was debating on the wins of this. Because I thought about waiting until dawn. But I thought, well, you know what? There's no reason for me to wait until dawn. Because, as I mentioned, I'm sure that if Nicolina can keep herself composed, I'm sure she'll have something to say this morning. Hello, Sun Beach. Well, yeah, Sun Beach. And that's why we're here. This is going to be war on general awareness. Beyond his understanding. And where we had Troll in here earlier, trying to bring it like I'm going to be the issue. Hell no, I'm just going to cover this. I'm going to get popcorn. I'm going to get soda. I'm going to make some really good jokes. Because you see, what they don't understand, this is time to enjoy it. There's a time, it's like if I shoot a deer, I shoot it through the heart. I take it down quick. Now, normally that's what YouTube Schizophrenic and I do. You know, when we have a YouTube deer, we put it down mercifully. Now, every now and then, you will get an evil deer. And this deer, you want to like shoot it in all of its limbs first. And then you want to like giggle as it bleeds out. Just saying. And you follow the blood trail until you find its body laying there. Now, this is what the mean girls are going to do to general awareness. If they were nice. Now, they're not going to be nice, so it's going to be death by 1,000 cuts. So it's going to get pretty bloody. Well, the thing is just like the natural reactions. You know, as I said, I got up at 2. I got up at, 4. Well, damn, what time was it? My brain's all fucked now. But yeah, when I got up, like I say, I am still tired. I did want to go back to bed. You know, for the first hour and a half, I was just concerned for Izzy. Then after that 30 minutes, I started thinking about it all. And the way they harassed Izzy, as, you know, stated by some beach in the chat, it made me mad. And that's when I thought, well, you know what? Why don't we make a message to genital awareness? Because they're going to kick him right in his groin. And once again, I get falsely accused of all sorts of things. And all I'm going to do is cover what happens on YouTube. And I'm going to make some really funny jokes. I mean, they're going to be absolutely hilarious. Well, some beach. This was Benny Keys. Benny Keys was mad. Izzy, his main mod, betrayed him in his eyes. And he's been out to get her since then. And this is why, if I ever see Benny Keys, I will mess him up beyond his imagination. Oh shit, I said the quiet part aloud. Oh well. Just saying. I may hide this live now in a couple days. I have said the quiet part aloud. Oops. Oh, shit. Oh well. I'll have to do better next time. I'll have to work on my internal editor. Just a minute. I'm having to suppress laughing hard and maniacally. Well, yes, YouTube's schizophrenic. Now, you also know that this violates the YouTube unwritten rules. I mean, these people don't even understand that there are certain respected guidelines. Now, if you don't respect these guidelines, the large YouTubers will never, ever accept you. You will end up a YouTube pariah. And this is why, you know, I didn't create these guidelines, but I learned what the code of conduct was socially, and I have always abided that conduct. Now, that has come back to benefit me in many ways. One, I have the respect of my peers. Two, if I ever really need important ears, I have them. For example, you know, I would go into Arch's chat. Arch Warhammer, large YouTuber. Now, Arch used to run role-playing games on his channel. Now, as YouTube Schizophrenic knows, I am an expert at these games. So when they were having their big role-playing live streams, you know, Roger could make sure they didn't get themselves killed. Because if they're doing something and I would give them advice. So once again, that would bend the ear for just me in chat. You know, I always get noticed. Now, Arch Warhammer is friends with Sargon of Akkad, which is a very famous YouTuber. And he used to play these games too. And also when Sargon would come into Arch's chat, I mean, the normies would just all fucking over him. And I would always just say, hello, Sargon. And I wouldn't bother the man. And I would keep all of the adoration people. Yes, it's Sargon. He's here for the live stream. Tell him hi and have a nice day. So Sargon knows me as, you know, the really funny, smart role player that keeps the YouTube noobs off of him in chat. So, you know, that's what Sargon would know me as. Now, Arch would know me as the small YouTuber, really good role-playing guy. Huh, that was odd. My shit scrolled up. Hello, love and life. But, you know, I do know, you know, it's like Omegon. Now, Omegon and I will LARP. I mean, it's funny, but in the comments now and then, I mean, we will go off on a tangent. And you would think that we were two fucking 12-year-olds and not adult men. I mean, sometimes it can be absolutely shameful. Now, I do not screenshot these of where we're LARPing like Space Marines. But, you know, like Omegon and I have a lot of similar interests like Warhammer 40K. So, you know, now and then we'll be less than adult. Actually, YTS, you know, we don't really talk about this, but it's like, when doesn't my reputation precede me? Now, this is one case that my reputation did not precede me, was with Adonis. When I went into Adonis's chat, no one knew who I was. And I went, wow, this is different. No baggage. I mean, and that was kind of funny. But yes, the only time in, well, that I can ever think of that my reputation has not at least preceded me in some way was in Adonis's community. They had no idea. But other than that, someone, somewhere in that chat always knew who I was. Maybe one, maybe two, maybe three. Well, yeah, he does. Well, yes, love and life. You know, that's what we've been here talking about a bit. And the fact that Benny Keys, in general awareness, harassed her constantly. And now she's had a stroke. And I expect the mean girls are going to, well, are they going to eat the heart or the eyes first? I may put that on a community poll. You know, what part of rap are the mean girls going to rip out and eat first? Let me see. Heart, eyes. I wanted to put down genitalia, I think, on the poll, but YouTube might not like that one. So, you know, we might go like heart or eyes, but I'm going to try to think of a third choice that might not get me struck. Hello, main girl. But yes, now, I think Nicolina should be asleep right now. Because, well, damn it, Ray. This phone sucks, by the way, everyone. She's saying. This is the Obama phone. But yeah, 5 hours ago. So, Nicolina's not had a full night's sleep. And I would say that she probably cried herself to sleep. So Nicolina has probably only had about 4 hours sleep so far. So I expect her on later today. Now, from when she posted last, I wouldn't doubt if she's not up till about 10 o'clock. So when I first started this live, I thought, maybe about 9 or 10, but looking, because it just flipped to 5 hours in the last couple minutes. So I wasn't quite sure when she went to bed. But yeah, she went to bed about 4 or 5 hours ago. So she's not had a full night's sleep yet. Well, she was used to be the main mod for Benny Keys. And then they had a falling out. And then Benny Keys has been trying to destroy her on YouTube ever since. And then Benny Keys got Rap in on this. And Rap went around for weeks and weeks and weeks and did nothing but harass Izzy Pop, trying to start a fight with Nicolina so he could then play the victim. And I watched this on YouTube. And I watched him incite it all. And that's why I am on the side that I am. Because, once again, I watched this from the beginning. Rap thought him and Benny Keys were going to be true crime buddies. Benny Keys was trying to get rid of Rap out of true crime. And Benny Keys played Rap like a fucking fiddle. And now Rap will never be able to do true crime. Because in reality, he could not do true crime and it be interesting without me. Now, I could do true crime. I don't want to do true crime. Now, if someone else was to do true crime, I could be helpful. But once again, without a researcher and someone to make things understandable in reality, he can't do any true crime. And Benny Keys was smart enough to know this. So he made sure that Rap drove the wedge is in between anyone that could have helped him do true crime. So, I mean, this is what it is. And that's how also how I know that Rap won't keep his monetization. Because they're going to flag the hell out of his channel for anything that they can. And at some point, YouTube is going to decide that Rap doesn't need to be a monetized channel. And then his only dime will be from putting people on islands with cash apps and manufacturing drama. Well, yeah, I've been, for my first hour and a half, I mean, that's all I did was thoughts and prayers. And then after that, I started thinking about it all and the repercussions of this. And I did realize that, first, the Mean Girls chat, everyone's going to do what we're doing. We're going to do thoughts and prayers first. But after thoughts and prayers, as I said, for an hour and a half, all I did was think about Izzy Pop. And then that next 30 minutes after that, I thought about how she was treated by them, and all I got was mad. Now, the Mean Girls, I am pretty a control of emotion person. So if I'm having these reactions, the Mean Girls chat is going to go nuclear. Oh yes, Grubby is correct. I don't like to dignify those things on YouTube. These evil things that they have said, and that's why I'm not even repeating it. But yes, Grubby's correct. I mean, the amount of disgusting things that they said is why if I ever see any of these individuals, I will just wipe the floor with them. Oh yes, Loving Life. That is some of the things that they're doing. And now I wasn't going to do this, but the people that seem to be more egregious on the other side, I have already started to block them here. The ones that are egregious and go into Jimbo's chat, I have already started blocking people here, and I wasn't going to do that. But on their side, they have shown such a inhumanity, and they have to go. So yes, I have been blocking a lot of people here, and I feel good about it. And because of the way those people have shown to be, I don't care if they're ever here again. But this is why we're here and talking about it now. And this is why this is a message to general awareness. Me here with my voice and your voice right here in chat. As soon as the chat, well, the thing is, he won't watch it. Now, his minions will. Yes, his minions will watch this, and they'll mischaracterize it and say Roger Brown was crying, blah, 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 blah. But all I know is the mean girls are going to fuck him up on YouTube. They're going to take him down. Now, I don't know when, but they will take him down. I have no doubt about that. Well, hello, Stacy. Yes, and like I say, that's why we're here, because rap has, I believe, now, I almost stated something that was a little bit hyperbolic, but I believe he's complicit in this with Benny Keys in causing her harm. And you know what? I think they're going to be happy about it. I think that Benny Keys is going to be just pleased as punch, and I think Rap will cry crocodile tears to try to get out of repercussions, but I think he'll be just as happy as a peach about it. Because, once again, when things happened in his community, he didn't care. Nicolina was the one that was caring. Other people in chat were caring and helping people that were down. But never did general awareness do nothing. He cried a few crocodile tears. And that's all he'll ever do. Now, once again, when this all was going on then, I basically got the measure of him then. That this isn't someone to be close to. That he don't give a fuck about no one but himself. Now, people are allowed to be self-centered. Honestly. But the thing is, if you're self-centered and you go around doing evil shit, don't expect it when they decide that someone's going to whack-a-mole you. Well, yeah, Teresa, that's what he will hear. That's why I titled this live A Message To. Because that way, you might be able to make up what I said, but what I said is going to be posted here for all to see. Because I want this chat to process so everyone can see what you say right here in chat. Well, yes, Peachy, that's what they will. Now, once again, I know you don't have to say anything, but I know that Rap is about to get YouTube smacked upside the head. As soon as everyone is done with concern, all eyes are going to turn to general awareness. When I found out for the first hour and a half, all I could do was sit here and think about Izzy and be concerned. And then 30 minutes after that, I started getting mad because of everything that was done to her. Now, I'm ahead of the curve kind of guy. I'm ahead of everyone, and then I have to wait for everyone to come up to my speed. Now, once again, I know that, he's going to be fucked. His channel's going to go down. He's going to lose his monetization, and he's going to get his channel nailed. Because, once again, when there's enough determined people, it's going to happen at some point. Hello, Redstone. Oh, I actually already said hello to you. You're saying hello to everyone else. But yes, now, in my personal belief, Izzy is a victim of general awareness who was put up to it by Benny Keys. And this is why, if I'm ever in the presence of these individuals, we will throw hands. Guaranteed. Yep. Wouldn't matter if there was a cop standing right there. We're going to throw hands, and I'm going to make it worth my while. Well, yes, Guardian Angel, and that's why we're here, because I want everyone to, kind of get themselves together, because it's a sad day. And if she passes, I wouldn't doubt if Nicolina gets in a vehicle, goes all the way down there, and beats the fucking shit right out of Rap. I would not doubt that. Matter of fact, I don't like to be grim, but if Izzy passes on, yeah, I got a feeling that Nicolina will go straight down there to Tennessee and throw hands with that little bitch. Well, yes, Chaos and Roses. I understand, because, I have to, once again, for terms of service, I'm having to be diplomatic. That's one of the reasons why I'm not saying a lot of the things right now that they did to Izzy, because that could be considered inflammatory. But pretty much everyone here knows, and anyone that types anything in the chat, I'll be more than happy to approve it. But yes, so, I'm being the adult here for right now, but, I do want to say poo-poo words. I do. Now, once again, I thought, what is the best to do? And that's when I'm thinking, it's like, well, cover it. Because I don't have to do nothing. Rap has now did this to himself. And all I have to do is get some popcorn, make some really funny jokes, and watch you girls rip him to fucking pieces. And mock it while you're doing it. And it will be quite entertaining for everyone. We can make it a party. Just saying. In fact, we could even make February 12th into a holiday. 2 Rap's Ass Day. Well, I am too, loving life. And, this is one of the reasons why I gotta really watch my mouth. I mean, I wish to be profane. I wish to not have this demeanor I have right now, and I wish to allow my emotions to flow. Now, I'm a very emotionally controlled creature. So I can imagine, once again, I am an emotionally controlled creature. So I can just imagine what it's like for you. And I have a little bit of difficulty with that. Because I know it's like, well, I mean, I'd be willing to knock his head off right now. And if I feel that way, then they must be willing to pull his freaking heart out and take a bite out of it. So that's how I feel about it. That's where I'm thinking, where I'm emotionally controlled and very upset. So that's where I think to where, you guys are like, go put your hand straight through his chest, pull his heart out, show it to him, and take a bite out of it. Well, Laura, Izzy Pop had a stroke last night. Around 5 hours ago, Nicolina had a post. And once again, out of respect, I wish to say this as it's written rather than me paraphrase. Please keep Izzy Pops in your thoughts and prayers. She ended her life tonight not feeling well. She has been admitted to the hospital with a stroke. And that was posted just over 5 hours ago, 24 comments. So, and that's been the last from Nicolina. So I would say that Nicolina probably cried herself to sleep. And since that was just over 5 hours ago, I'm guessing she might have had about 4 hours rest so far. So I figure after Nicolina gets a night's sleep, finds out what she can, takes care of her household, I expect her to be on YouTube about then, and I expect hell to follow with her. You know, once again, remember I said for my first hour and a half up, all I could think about is Izzy Pop. But then for that next half hour, I just thought of how she was treated, how that probably contributed to her stroke, and it made me fucking mad. And that's all why we're here. But no, we don't have any updates yet. But this is one reason why, I thought that it would be good to get this out here now so the community understands what's happened, what's going on, what's the repercussions of this. Now, Izzy is the most important thing. But there's nothing you or I can do. Us here, we're helpless. We can pray and we can hope for the best. Now, once again, we can hold her abusers to account. And this is what we're here to basically lay out, that her abusers have to be held to account for this. Both Benny Keys and Rap need to be off of YouTube now. That is my opinion. And when they screw up, I'm going to be there to wipe their ass on YouTube. And I am not going to monetize this channel because they will never be able to get rid of me. I can just make channel after channel after channel after channel. And I just have to get Benny Keys once. The fucking porch monkey. Yes, I called him a porch monkey. Because he lives on his mommy's porch. Now, that's all I'm going to say because once again, as I mentioned earlier, before most people got here, if I had my way, I'd be saying all sorts of nasty shit right now, but it wouldn't help Izzy. So I'm not going to. And I'm here to bring everyone up to speed and make it understandable. That way, when this is talked about, likely in Nicolina's live later, I'm just guessing she's going to have a live at some point. We will all be on the same speed. We can have our thoughts and prayers, and then we can get down to business. Well, just a moment. Now, coming in with a name that doxes anything is going to get you straight banned. Just saying. Now, I just subscribed to your suck account. Now, I have your URL over here. Joined October 18th, 2022. Now you see, what you don't understand is these ones that dox, I've been collecting the accounts and their URLs. In fact, let me screenshot this one. There we go. Because the thing is, if anything ever happens here, I will then sue YouTube to get your IP address and then come after you legally and otherwise. Now, I've been doing this for some time, but anyone that has any type of a dox of me, I have been collecting URLs. Because if there's ever an attempt to assault me, then I'm going to go back and legally come after you. To all of these people that think it's funny that they're going to incite me or something, But the fact of the matter is, whoever does it, I will drag them out of their house. And anyone that they love. Just saying. Because at the moment, and I have said this 1,000 times, anyone that brings harm to my door, I will go after them and everything that they love. And you can clip that. Anyone that brings any harm to my house, I will go after you with absolutely no human limits. And don't ever forget that. I mean, the horrible things that I did when I was a gang member, we can't even allude to on YouTube. But let's put it this way. Whenever someone says about when little Rappy Doodle was born, that year was extremely bloody for me. I mean, whenever anyone says that year number, that's the first thing that happens to me is a PTSD reaction. Because of all the amount of blood that I soaked in during the year of 1993. Well, Sweet Vixen, Izzy Pop had a stroke last night. And that's why we're here today. Because Rap and all of them were harassing her until she had a stroke. Yep. Well, Matt is a cat snake. Well, you know what? Stress isn't a lifestyle factor from people here. So, Matt is a cat snake. You are now fucking hit on this channel. Because you see, someone just had a stroke and you were less than sympathetic. So that means your ass is one of them. And you don't fucking need to be here, bitch. Because that's one thing that I do on my channel is I get rid of problems. This one joined September 14th, 2021. And you obviously have never... Oh, it's got a list of deleted Nicolina lives on it. Oh, and they're dumb enough to leave up their subscribers. So I can see the channels they subscribe to. From their side. So yes, you know, once again, this was a very righteous block. Nah. Well, I understand, Vixen. Mine is too. Well, some I do, some I don't. You're doing well at YTS. I mean, you know, right now we're just going to have a chat. You know, we don't need to be over hyperbolic, but one thing we are going to do is talk reality. And I mean, you know, it's one thing with the Am babies in Amber Lynn, but you see, it was never personal. But Rap and Benny Keys have now made it personal with a large group of people. And this is why I can say, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe even take a year or so, but they're both going to lose their channels. Now, I was going to monetize this channel, but I've decided now not to. Because I do need a little bit more money to pay a water bill. But, you know, I can make it, if I lose this one, I can make another one. I built this channel in less than a year. So it wouldn't be no problem for me to build another one this size in another 9 or 10 months. Oh yes, Chaos and Roses. Now, I didn't want to say that. But what Chaos and Roses says, in my opinion, is correct. That they are going to scream it is fake. Now, excuse me. Now, to an objective person, that statement sounds a bit hyperbolic. But knowing these individuals, she is correct. Because they will take any deflection they can for no responsibility. This is what they've always done. So she is correct. They are going to claim it's all made up. Because they will do anything so their own people don't turn on them. But yeah, I expect that. Because in that 30 minutes of me getting mad before I started this live, I basically already gamed it out in my head. You know, one thing about me doing war games, I can figure out what sides are going to do and plan ahead. And this is why I say that the mean girls are going to destroy them. Because the things that they're going to do is going to do nothing but incite anger. And they're going to come back on them. Big time. And if anything happens to Izzy, I expect Nicolina will go down there with a club and beat the hell out of Rap. Yes, I do. I wouldn't doubt if Nicolina drags him out of his place, kicking and screaming like a little girl. By the hair. And then they can have a cat fight in the lawn. If anything happens to Izzy, that might sound like a hyperbolic joke. But I do expect that. I expect that if anything happens to Izzy, that Nicolina will whip his ass. Well, yes, YTS. I mean, this is kind of why we're here. You know, I'm setting the stage and getting everyone ready. Because, once again, most people, when they hear Izzy had a stroke, are going to be shocked and concerned. And then it's going to turn to anger. So, you know, we're getting everything out here, getting it understood. You know, we're going to keep Izzy in our prayers first. You know, that's first. You know, Izzy is going to come first. But there's nothing we can do here except thoughts and prayers. Now, we can hold her abusers accountable. And that we will do. But of course, we will think of Izzy first. So, you know, when new people find out about this, when Nicolina goes live, so do remember that, you know, we do need to think about Izzy first, but we also have to think on what proportionately should be done. Now, once again, as stated in chat, they are going to deny and lie. And that's just going to make everyone more mad. Now, once again, they're going to do that so their side don't bolt away from them, but it's going to do nothing but inflame this situation. But yes, Chaos and Roses. But yes, I mean, that's where we stand. You know, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And Izzy's in my thoughts and prayers. But, you know, there's nothing I can do. Now, once again, when Nicolina gets up, she will get some kind of a report. And I'm sure she will let us know. And I'm sure that if she can compose herself, she will be live as soon as it's convenient. Well, I wouldn't say convenient, but as soon as she's able. You know, she's probably only been asleep for around 5 hours. So, and it's 7:30 now. So, you know, she may sleep late today. Then she'll have to take care of her family on a Sunday. And she'll have to find out about Izzy. So, you know, it's 7:30 now. So I'm going to go here in a little bit. Because, you know, I kind of thinking personally, you know, I've not bothered her at all. But I'm kind of guessing that we might hear something in between like 9 and 1 p.m. You know, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Because, she's not had enough time for a full night's sleep. But usually Nicolina's up really early. She and I both are, but she's not posted anymore. So I can tell that she's probably cried herself to sleep. So, yeah. Well, yes, YTS. I mean, this is going to be war. And it comes down a lot to motivation. And the mean girls are going to whip his ass. I mean, there's not really nothing for me to do but other than cover it. Well, and you to cover it. I mean, all you have to do is say, you should not have made the girls mad. Oh. I just thought of a comedy bit. Now, see, sometimes this is how I will have a stray funny thought and I will turn it into comedy. And yes, I have now just come up with a comedy bit for rap, although I'm going to need a couple props for it that I have out in the barn. Otherwise, I would go ahead and do an improv of it right now, but two of the props that I need are at the barn on my set. Now, unfortunately, I do got a lot of YouTube to do. My thingy woke up. My thingy. I'm gonna get your butt, you're falling. She's falling back asleep now in my arms. Oh, don't yawn, don't yawn. Because, yeah, when I originally got up way too early, I was going to go back to bed for a nap. But after I found out about Izzy, there was just no way I could go back to sleep. Well, okay, Nicolina, thank you. Okay, we're going to stay. I was actually getting ready to sign off, Nicolina, but yes, I do want to talk now. Now, I have gone over that Izzy had a stroke and that general awareness is fucked. Because I wasn't sure how long you were going to sleep, and I had thought about texting you, but, you had posted your comment for about 2 hours when I had got up. And that was the first thing I saw when I got up. And for about an hour and a half, I sat here and had thoughts and prayers for Izzy Pop. And then in the next half hour, I got mad on how she was treated. And that's why I made this live. So I could get everyone up to speed, because I knew sometime today you're going to go live and update us with information. And I was trying to bring everyone up to speed now. But yeah, I feel sick to my stomach, right now. Yeah, it's all made me sick to my stomach. And I'm a pretty emotionally controlled person. So I can just imagine what you're going through. If it's bothering me enough to make me sick to my stomach, I can just imagine what it must be like for you. Well, yes, and that's what she was asked for a long time. Now, I think that Benny Keys and Rap need to go down for this. Both of them. Now, normally I always say, I want everyone to have a channel. But I think Rap and Benny Keys need to leave YouTube now. Yes, I think both of them need terminated. And any creator that's going to support either of them, I am going to undercut them. Any creator that's giving Rap or Benny Keys support, when they fuck up, I am going to be there to publicly humiliate them. And when anyone that's supporting them violate TOS, I'm going to be there to help take down their channel. And that's a big message to anyone that wants to give Rap or Benny Keys support. I am not going to monetize my channel now. And there are going to be certain people on YouTube I am going to headhunt until the end of time. So yeah, I mean, the Roger is pretty pissed. Now, I'm having to keep myself controlled. And I have not talked to, I've let people in chat talk about the abuse that she had. But if I start to talk about it, I'm going to get too animated. And I'm going to say things that would be way too against terms of service and could get struck for it. So that's why right now, I'm trying to be as controlled as I can. Well, yes, Peachy, they're just as guilty. Now, Jimbo is always Jimbo's worst enemy. And at some point, mathematically, YouTube is going to catch up with Jimbo. Actually, at some point, the law is going to get caught up with Jimbo. Oh, yeah. I mean, see, anyone that wanted to attack Izzy Pop could gain Benny Key's favor. And this has been the game for some time. You see, the little losers will want to get subs. So all they got to do is go over and attack Izzy Pop is kissing Benny Key's ring. And then Mamacita Alicia and the little horror brigade will start coming into their chats and subscribing. You see, I've known this dynamic for a while, but I didn't want to call it out because I didn't want to incite more of this happening. But yes, this is what it's been for a while. Anybody that wants to get some quick subscribers, all they had to do was attack Izzy Pop, and Benny Keys was going to make sure that that happened. And Nicolina's correct, I see many things. And when I'm in my downtimes, I see all things. Now, this next week, I'm going to be pretty busy, and I'm not going to see all things. Just to put that out there. But, there's many times in my downtimes that I do see all things. And in the last 6 months, I have seen all of this thing of nothing more than an orchestrated campaign to attack Izzy Pop for the benefit of Benny Keys, and now she's had a stroke. And at this point, it's like now Bob and Lori. Now that first sock account that came in here, that was fucking Lori. Because you can tell by how they try to manipulate you with their words. Now, we all know that Lori had a crush on Benny Keys. We all know that. We all know right now that Lori would throw Bob to the curb for Benny Keys. I guess because, Benny can get better drugs than Bob. Hello, Manchester. But yes, you don't have anything to feel bad about. Now, once again, this is going to, in the end, this is going to be about Izzy Pop. And then the final repercussion of this is we're going to have to hold people responsible for their actions. Now, if Bob and Lori defend this, I will shit on them in an unimagined way. Now, I restrain myself on YouTube because how they try to act like you're vicious, you attack. I mean, no, you've not actually seen me be vicious on YouTube. I mean, I can be vicious enough to where I don't even like myself. Now, because I have that ability, I know to restrain myself. But for a really good cause, I can break out that part of me that is so vicious that I don't even like myself. Well, that's a good idea, loving life. But we'll get an update later, I'm sure, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people talking, where I make things understandable. So that's what I'm doing here right now in the beginning is I'm trying to make things understandable. Because that way we can get past our initial shock. We can have the prayers and then when we're done with the have to stuff, we can then start holding people accountable. Well, actually, love and life, all you have to do is you have a channel because you can comment. For example, right there, I can create a short, upload a video. Now, you wouldn't be able to go live on a mobile because you don't have the stuff, and you wouldn't be able to create a post because you don't have a tab. But you can upload a video. So, you just go to that little... Oh, shit. It was trying to make me make another stream. But yes, you just go to that plus button and where it says upload a video. So you just shoot your video and then you upload it. Now, if you've got like 6 subscribers, I think, or 59, somewhere on that, you can go live on a mobile device, but it takes 24 hours and you have to input a phone number. Now, if you have a computer, you can go live on a computer. But yes, you can go live on your computer. But if you were wanting to go live on this, it would take 24 hours. But if you want to upload a simple video, it's no problem. You just shoot the video, you hit that plus button, and you hit upload a video, and it walks you through the rest of it easy as can be. Well, I wouldn't doubt, because you see, we know that Rap is a reprobate. And he will do anything to where he can get hate, to where then he can claim to be a victim. So, yeah, I do expect it. Because, see, in this live, I decided to not say words that would be inciting. Because I thought about this before I started, and I'm like, I will agree with facts, but I'm not going to incite things. Because then I could then be accused that Roger ginned up the hate mob. So even though in my next live, I will not be so even. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I do kind of expect that Nicolina is correct that Rap would do that for the quick money and just to make you mad. Because you see, he's a little punk. And this is why I think he would do it. Because this way he can be a little punk, and then whatever you do, then claim a victim, then try to get more donations off of it and play to the grandma crowd. Because an interesting thing happened on my channel over all of this drama. Now, my subscriber base was always pretty even on our demographics from 45 up. 45 to 54, 29%. 55 to 64 years old, 34%. 65 plus, 6%. Now, before the communities broke apart, my 65 plus was around 24%. Kind of close to the others. Now, I lost about 60 subscribers. But it seems that my entire channel loss happened in the 65 plus crowd. percentage-wise. Because like I say, all of these were in the 20s to the low 30s. And since the communities have broke apart, my above 65 years old is now only 6%. So at least 4 out of 5 people that unsubscribed from me were above 65 years old. Now, what that tells me right now is that is people projecting. Grandmothers, they see rap as a grandchild, a mischievous grandchild. And those are the ones that's supporting him. Because like I said, normally before the communities broke apart, that was a 20-some% number. 22, 24%, there about there. And now it's a 6%. Well, yes, Vixen. Well, yes, Teresa. But, that's where it was odd because, like I say, all 3 of those demographics always stayed, fairly close to each other. But since the communities broke apart, my above 65-year-olds went to 6%, which I thought was weird. So that shows that is rap's base of support. The older women. And now rap has badgered an older woman into having a stroke. This is why they are going to deflect and be so insightful. Because this is going to make him very vulnerable. So he's going to try to make himself into the victim. I'm not sure. I know Izzy has had kids, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know the exacts of it. But yes, I mean, it makes me sick. I mean, it really does, everyone. It really does. Now, Nicolina's not talking, so I'm sure she's getting herself woke up and is probably trying to get some information. So it's 7:52 here. So I'm going to go in a couple minutes. And it will be 8 a.m. here. And, once again, when Nicolina can get some information and stuff, I'm sure she will let us know later. Well, Stacy, I'm with you on that. And as I mentioned, a lot of people that are going to be his big-time supporters through this, I'm going to block them here. And they won't never come back. Anyone that I see that is saying a positive thing about anything he did or rap didn't do anything wrong, I'm just going to block their asses here forever. Yeah, Peachy. I mean, I've been through this before, and we have the good people on our side. That's why I don't care. Make all the islands you want, useless little boy. I mean, you're never going to be anything. And eventually your girlfriend's going to see that. That he's just going to sit on his ass and play video games. And that's all he's going to do. Well, I know YouTube's schizophrenic. My mother, after her stroke, she was paralyzed half of her body. And at that moment, then I went from full-time caregiving to total caregiving. And then when my gallbladder gave out on me, that's when my mother had to be put in a nursing home. Because I physically got to where I couldn't take care of her, and I ended up in the hospital and almost died. And then as I was recovering, my mother passed on. But yes, YouTube schizophrenic, because we don't know what state Izzy Pop's going to be in. No idea. My mother was a worst case scenario. And that's why I've not talked about that here. Because normally I make things understandable. But if I talk about my own experience, it would not be comforting. And all it would do would make you worry. Because it was bad. I mean, absolutely, totally bad. My mother was out with her sister-in-law. Now, a couple times a year, one of my mother's sister-in-law would take my mother for the day and take them out. And this is what happened the day my mother had the stroke. Had she had the stroke at home, I could have got her to the hospital in time to where she probably wouldn't have ended up paralyzed. But she was with her sister-in-law when she had the stroke. And she blew it off. Now, once again, I'm not going to talk any more about it because it's a tragedy. It's a horror story. But, you know, that's a little background information on my mother and her stroke. You know, it destroyed her, and she had the stroke on one of these rare instances with her sister-in-law. They went out to eat. They were in Somerset. And after they ate, my mother had her stroke. And then she went home and she just said she just puked. That's what my mother, she said we went out to dinner and she told me she got sick. She didn't tell me into the details. But yeah, so, you know, prayers for Izzy, and I'm going to go ahead and get off here because once again, other people will want to talk about this later. And to be honest, I'm kind of getting upset again. And I really don't think I can tell anyone anything useful. And I think at this point, I don't think I could be a comfort. I think I could just be insightful at this point. And I don't mean intelligence insightful. I mean angry hate mob insightful. Now, that's what I'm going to do. Love and Life, I'm not sure. She was in here just a minute ago, and she had just got up. So I am pretty sure right now Nicolina is getting information. Now, I'm sure she will go live when she has all the information and she can compose herself. Now, that will be the hard part. Because, once again, I'm going to have to go now because if I went another half an hour, I would not be composed. I would not be a positive. I would be a negative. So that's why my part in this for now, I'm going to tap out for a little while. I'm going to clean myself up because, you know, I've not done that yet today. I need to get something to eat. I don't feel like it. So I'll probably get myself something to drink. But I don't even, you know, I don't even think I can eat right now thinking about it. No, even though I need to get something to eat, I don't think I could eat right now. Now, everyone, thank you for coming, and we will talk about this in other chats later, and I will be posting a video or two today on various things that I didn't get to that I'm behind on, and we may go live this evening depending on what everything's done and said, and if I think there's anything more to say. Now, everyone, thank you for coming, and please have Izzy in your prayers.